What's up, Burger Squad? How you doing today? Thanks once again for watching this video. It's gonna be a little different. Kind of gonna do two parts here. One, some prior medical history, just with myself and my battle with what I believe was a Candida overgrowth, as well as a supplement review called Superhuman Greens by Alpha Line. Just picked this up. Really excited to try it out. If you don't care for the history part of it, feel free to go down to the bottom below and just click on the link to the supplement review. With that being said, let's get started. So we're gonna go back to 2014. Me and my girlfriend at the time had just broken up on not the best of terms. I was out in California, decided that I no longer need to be out there, traveled all the way back east to my home, North Carolina, and just with my parents, just kind of had to recalibrate things. As the days went on, from that breakup, I was sad, wasn't eating, all the common things that we all go through when it's a rough breakup. However, moving on from that, anyone who knows me knows I'm pretty, happy-go-lucky guy, full of energy, and they say time heals all wounds, except time wasn't healing this. I was waking up every day just super groggy, fatigued. Just wasn't really feeling like myself anymore. On top of that, I was noticing some other symptoms. For those of you who are in North Carolina, starting probably around March, it gets hot out there, and I sweat a decent amount. However, I stopped sweating, and instead of sweating, I was getting itchy, and the itchiness was turning into hives. And then these hives were going from just my hands to my arms to my chest to throughout my whole body. And I mean, the pain I was feeling at times, it was completely just unbearable. I felt like my body was on fire. It was at that point where I said, okay, something is clearly wrong with me. This isn't normal. My body is like, being allergic to my sweat, in my head. I'm having this massive histamine reaction. I had to go see a doctor. So I went, I saw a doctor. They didn't know what it was. They thought I was having an allergic reaction or something. I did an allergy test and came back out I was allergic to only dust mites. Saw another doctor. He thought I had scabies. No one knew all of a sudden why I was experiencing this reaction like I was, and I was truly dumbfounded. I was in terrible pain. I was waking up every morning, running to the shower to cool off. Anytime my body had a little warmth to it, I was having another episode where I would just, which is an unbearable pain. So we saw some more doctors, still no answers. So what did? I did what any millennial did, and I went online, I Googled some of my symptoms. And what came up was a common theme called Candida overgrowth. Never heard of it before, but slowly but surely it all made sense. So, going back to that December before the breakup, I had walking pneumonia. Went to the doctor, they gave me a Z-Pack, took that, felt better. Well, as we all know, antibiotics kind of kill everything in your system, especially in your stomach. And what I believe may have happened was, I had overgrowth of Candida already because I had battled a few cases of thrush earlier in the year, which is, a yeast infection, which is caused by Candida. The Z-Pack killed all the good flora of my stomach. The Candida had its time to really overgrow itself because, I'll be honest with you, I was eating like crap. I was working in a fast food restaurant, and those who work in fast food restaurants know that at times you just eat there, every shift that you work there. Especially during that period of my life, I worked 7 days a week for about 8 months straight. So I kind of attribute all that to just me being overworked and tired and knowing that my immune system was probably a little depleted. But really my diet probably had a good, bit to kind of cause why that all happened. So one of the things you can have is a green shake or green smoothie, whatever you call it. You get them now at most, smoothies places if you go pick one up. And my personal recipe was some kale, spinach, cucumber, which I hate, green apple, sometimes a little bit of banana, some Swiss chard at times, as well as I always have some freshly grated ginger in there. And there's many great benefits to all this. The chlorophyll and the dark green vegetables are really good for your system. They're rich in antioxidants. They battle fungus. As well as also dark green vegetables are really high in folic acid, which they say helps with depression as well. So we're hoping it kind of help with two things there. So I would have a green shake every morning. First thing I do when I wake up, I'll run to the shower and cool off. I'll come downstairs and make a green shake. Sometimes it would be multiple times through the day, which was kind of good because I was kind of bypassing a meal with a kind of healthier substitute, which you definitely, I don't believe you should just live off of green smoothies or green shakes, but you definitely can substitute your lunch or breakfast for them. And as time went on, as I went through this Candida diet, I started slowly but surely feeling better. It took a while, I won't lie. It was at least 30 days, if not more, before I felt a noticeable difference. It took honestly one day when I was out with my friend. We went to the beach, and I finally started sweating, and I wasn't in pain. I had to run into the water and cool off. That's when I truly was a firm believer in not only eating healthier, but eating for your stomach. And I'm a firm believer that your stomach is really important in what you eat and how you digest it and your overall well-being that you have. And the green smoothie and the Candida diet just really proved to me just how important and vital your stomach is in the whole process. One great way they say to find out if you possibly do have a Candida overgrowth is to first thing in the morning when you wake up, go grab a glass of water, fill it up halfway, and spit into it. I know it sounds gross, but trust me, just try it out. Spit into it, and if your saliva, if it sits at the top and it's clear, chances are you're probably good to go. However, if your saliva is a little bit cloudy and then you see dendrites starting to form in the bottom to the glass, you might possibly have Candida overgrowth. Now, Candida is something that we all have in our stomach. It's a natural, organism. It's a natural fungus that we all have. It's actually a fungus that, decomposes our body, when we pass away. The issue is when you have an overgrowth, and it's when, it can get into your bloodstream and it can affect so many things. So the whole moral of that story is kind of letting you know, why I still incorporate green smoothies into my diet. Now, I don't have them every day, but I still have, I would say, at least once or twice a week. But there's times where you don't want to go into the fridge, you have to cut everything and prepare to have it. Which brings me to this product here, Alpha Line's Superhuman Greens. Never had it before. I honestly never heard of Alpha Line until I was, just online looking at supplements. I thought, man, this is perfect for me to have. I can go put it in my blender, put an apple in there maybe like I'm doing today, take it with me. I work from home, so take it me to my office. But still, it'd be easier access for me to have this on a more regular, consistent basis. Some of the stuff this has, in just one scoop, it has wheatgrass, barley grass, blue-green algae, aloe, beetroot, raspberry, cranberry, mango. Even has kelp in here, cabbage and celery. I mean, this thing is just absolutely loaded with green vegetables. So really, it's a superfood that I think we all can benefit from. So I'm gonna do an honest taste test here today. If it's gross, I'm gonna let you know. Unfortunately, I spent $40 on this, so if it's gross, I'm gonna have to doctor it up somehow, maybe some frozen fruit, to get it down. But I'm hoping that, it tastes great and maybe something I should be interested in as well. Let's get started. So first thing first, what we're gonna do, we're gonna open this up, give it a little sniff test, see how it smells. Put it in a blender with some ice, cut up maybe 3/4 of an apple. I'll give the other quarter to the dogs because they love green apples. And we'll kind of let you know how it tastes. I will tell you what, it is a very, very fine powder. It's amazing just looking at it, what it looks like. It looks up just like dehydrated kale and broccoli bits. It smell isn't too bad. Can't really describe this. This smells very vegetable-y. All right, I have about 12 ounces of water in the blender. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a scoop. I have a knife here for the apple. Go ahead and cut this up. Definitely don't want to eat the sticker, of course. The dogs already hear the apple being cut. They know usually when I cut an apple, I give them a piece. And that's it. That's literally all we're gonna do for this. That was what, maybe 20 seconds. Little frothy. I'm gonna put in my new Wolverine shaker. Let's see how it tastes. It's a little gritty. Maybe because a few more seconds on the blender. You know, there's no weird aftertaste, which is surprising. I figured it would be with, you know, the different ingredients it has in there and the beets. You know, I hate beets. No, it actually is quite pleasant. I'm honestly surprised and happy that I didn't waste 40 bucks here. You taste, you know, some banana in there. I feel like the banana is pretty strong with the green apple. But no, I'm impressed, guys. You know, this is going to be a staple now, probably in my daily regime. They do come in a mango flavor, I believe, as well. So definitely pick that up probably next month. I'm running out of this. Do a review on that. But no, I think, you know, if you guys are in the market for a green supplement, just looking to, you know, eat healthier. You know, maybe you're having a green shake every morning. You know, instead of having to make it, you can try this out. You know, it probably has even more than what you can fit into one of your green shakes. But no, I'm impressed. I think it's a good buy. But once again, thanks for you guys for stopping by the video. I hope in so much short form I was able to help you guys, you know, either decide if you want to purchase this or maybe hear a little bit more about my Candida experience. With that being said, be sure to smash that like button. And if you like this content, definitely feel free to subscribe to the Burger Squad. Y'all have a good one. You boys want an apple? Can you sit? Those are good boys. Here you go, Bear. Winston?